This is Unit 4, Day 4, Graphing Linear Inequalities. This is example number 4, solve the system of inequalities graphically. We have x is less than negative 1, and x minus y is less than or equal to negative 1. So we'll go ahead and graph our first inequality first. And as you can see, it is x is less than negative 1. So because this is not an equation with x and y, we can just graph it right away, and we're going to go to our x-axis, which is this one. This is x and this is y. We're going to go to negative 1, and we can put our point there, and we are going to just do a line, a straight vertical line for x is less than negative 1. But we have to pay attention to the less than sign. That's going to tell us that it's a dotted line. So we just do dashes like this all the way up through our coordinate plane. And yours should be straighter than mine because you're using a straight edge. Now we have to think about this. If x is less than negative 1, I need to decide if I'm going to shade to the right of the line or to the left of the line. So if it's less than negative 1, that means that we should take one of the values along the x-axis and see if it would fit. So is, for example, negative 4. Is negative 4 less than negative 1? Yes. So we'll go ahead and shade this area. Okay, so all of those satisfy our inequality x is less than negative 1. For our next one, x minus y is less than or equal to negative 1. We need to put this into y equals mx plus b form. So in order to do that, we need to subtract the x on both sides. So now we have negative y is less than or equal to negative x minus 1. Now you'll notice that negative y is not something that we usually work with, so we need to divide everything by negative 1. Once we divide by negative 1, if you divide by a negative, you have to switch your sign. Your inequality sign has to switch. So we have y is now greater than or equal to x plus 1. With this information, I can now make the graph of the inequality because I know that my b equals 1, so my y-intercept is 1, and my m is x, which is really just a fancy way of saying 1 over 1. So I will come over and I'll put a dot where my y-intercept is, which is right here at 1, and I'm just going up 1 over 1, up 1 over 1, up 1 over 1, and again yours should be more accurate than mine because you're using a straight edge. And now I'm going to draw my line all the way through. Oop, I should have checked first. Should have gone back and looked. I could have erased if I needed to, but this sign tells me if it's a solid or dotted line. In this case it is solid because it is greater than or equal to. The equal to tells us that it's a solid line. Don't forget to label your graph. I did not label mine, but you should go and label yours. And now we need to shade in. Now if it's greater than or equal to, it's above the line. So we're just going to shade in. Oop, wrong color. Shade in right here. Now your solution to this inequality is where they overlap, and so we have to put an S there. So any point within the location that they overlap would be a solution. Okay, a point over here is not in the solution set for this system. And there you have it.